Hey, what's up guys, Ghostly this time, back on the Ghostly Cars channel. So I wanted to bring you guys a video on things you may have not known about the Evo X, which is my car. So, it is a very cool car. Let's go ahead and I'll show you real quick the first thing. So if you didn't know, on the back of the car here, certain trims of the car came with a massive 10-inch subwoofer, which is the Rockford Frontgate. So that's it right there. And then also, they moved the washer fluid and the battery to the back trunk because of the fact that it's weight distribution. So, and then the turbo in the front. So, as far as that there, next one we'll move on to is we go ahead and go into the driver's seat here. So on the Evo, there was a couple of different trims. There was the Rally Art, which is kind of an Evo. It's the base. It's a higher model Lancer. Then they had the GSR and then the MR, at least here in the US, that I've seen. The GSR had a manual transmission, so that's one of the things with it. And then certain options of the GSR had options from the MR, such as the Rockford Frontgate sound system that I have. As well as that, I go ahead and turn it on. Some things that you might not have known about this. So if you look at this and you look at where I'm driving, you probably wouldn't guess that there's a button on the car that no one really talks about at Evos. So hopefully it doesn't start to play my music because it just kind of turned off. It's off. So over here you have your cruise control button, and next to it, this is the little button right here controls your headlight angle. So your headlights can go up and down. Mine are really off of this car was lowered, so they didn't adjust the headlights when they lowered the car. So my headlights are like into the ground. But you can adjust them by just flipping that up, and there's 4 different signals here, 4 different things here. The next thing is if you look at my gauge cluster here, and you press this. This is the S all-wheel drive or all-wheel control system. You can click here, settings. That's my trip. That's my miles I've driven the car. There's my fuel, MPG, and everything. But this thing, whenever you lose control, it'll show you which wheel is getting more power. So like if I'm turning this way towards this side, it'll show that I'm getting more power towards this wheel, and this wheel will not. Which is pretty cool. As far as that, I just think it's really awesome. And then as far as that as well, if you didn't know, majority of the Evos that you do find, except for the FEs, came with Recaros. So I have the cloth Recaros. Honestly, as far as this, I noticed this a lot, but these seats are so comfortable. They're so comfortable that they're very squishy, but then also supportive, like memory foam almost. As well as that, if you didn't know, the Evo has, in here, at least in mine, I have little connections in there, but the availability for upgrades in terms of the sound system is not too expensive. I think this guy was like, this guy came with it, but I think to do this myself it would be like 200. On the Infinity it would have been like 600 bucks, which it was. No, I take that back. It was 900 bucks for the Infinity. But yeah, and then the other thing as well I'm gonna point out with the Evo is that the mirrors on this are massive. If you can see the mirror on my truck back there, I will show you the comparison. So here's the mirror from the Evo, and here's the mirror from the truck. You can tell that it's very similar sized to the Evo, which is insane. The other thing that you may have not noticed is that they come with Brembos on the Evos. They don't come with them on the Rally Arts, but these are actually, when you see these wheels on an Evo, I know mine are terrible because the previous owner decided to curb them, but these are actually Enki wheels. The MRs come with BBSs, which I'm probably going to try to get here soon. But yeah. And if you've ever seen an Evo, these are actually functional vents. So the vents that you vent the brakes. So I can show you in here real quick. So if you look in there, you can kind of see this one. I think this is actually the brake one right here, up in the front that goes through. But this one I believe is for the engine. So it goes along the top here and vents the turbo out. Because these are just, this is a vent out. This is a vent in. But yeah. And then also mine came with HIDs, so. let me get in the back real quick and I'll show you one more thing about it. So back here in the back seats, I know it's kind of a mess, but in the back seat here, so this is the Evo's back seat. Ordinarily, this is pretty big back seat. Honestly, I'm fitting in kind of comfortably in here. If it was stuff on the floor, but I can fit kind of comfortably in here. If my girlfriend and me weren't 6 foot tall, but yeah, as far as that, like the head, actually not that bad either. Me sitting here is not terrible. You got 3 seats back here, as well as a cup holder in here, which is nice. So it's got a cup holder, which is standard, but you know. And then, yeah. But as far as that, that is some of the things that you probably didn't know about the Evo, that aren't really obvious. So if you did like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to share this with your friends if you would like. It would help a lot. So I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. One last thing I want to mention on the Evo about stuff you probably didn't know is on this whole entire car, you would think that there would be more carbon fiber on it, but there is one single piece panel on this car that is carbon fiber. That is this guy right here. This is the only carbon fiber on the entire car. For some reason on every Evo, they just have this little piece of carbon fiber on next to the here, and that is it. There's absolutely no other carbon fiber on this car except for that. I don't even know if that's real. I think it is real, but yeah, just kind of interesting that they put carbon fiber here as opposed to nowhere else. So I've seen it on every single Evo.